Yeah, well, I'm David Phillips, known as Dave. Live in Chartridge in Chesham, just outside. Have been living there for 50 years come this April. Well, I'm caring for my wife Joan, who's the same age as myself, which is 76, and we've been looking after her now really as a carer for the last four or 5 years, I suppose. But the problems all arose when she started having hip problems. But so between the that and the Alzheimer's setting up, as the sort of started really getting bad about 5 years ago, it's gradually progressing like it does, and life is more difficult, but we're managing. We're managing with a lot of help by family and friends, and also by Bucks carers. So one way or another we're getting through it.
Okay.
Where she hates having people looking after her because she reckons she can look after herself, but she can't. She's got to be looked after because she stumbles. So that's one of the reasons why she can't be left too long on her own. One of the most frustrating things is trying not to keep saying, why me, why us? Also, if you want to just go and do something, you can't. You can't just say, oh, just popping down the road. You can't say, I'm just going up the garden.
What impact does your caring role have on you physically and emotionally?
Well, it's very, very tiring. Very, very tiring. And very emotional, because I disappear into another room at times and have a few moments on my own and pull myself together, because, well, like anybody, it's if you see somebody deteriorating and not being how they were, then you can't help but get emotionally affected by it. And of course, what you're doing is, originally when everything was okay, there's two people running a home and running their lives, and two brains doing it. Now we're doing the same thing but with one brain, and that is very tiring and stressful, etc. So sometimes it's hard to take.
What small changes or help would make a difference to you in your caring role?
Well, the main thing is having what I call Dave time, or me time, which I need, but not only do I need it, I need it to be able to just completely be relaxed in that me time, not worrying about what's going on. And I found that the days out that Bucks Carers arrange is brilliant. We can all have a really relaxing day doing something that we wouldn't do off our own back, and thoroughly enjoy it.
This is the male carers group.
This is the male carers group, yeah.
What sort of things have you done?
Well, what we've done this year, we've done bows and arrows. We've all been Robin Hoods. Which was brilliant, and we had instructors helping us out and showing us what to do, and a bit of a competition between two groups. We've been temping bowling. We've been on walks. We've been to the golf range. We've been round the Chiltern Brewery at Wendover. So it's been really good fun.
What's the most important piece of advice that you would give to someone who's just become a carer?
First of all, you've got to have love and patience, or the other way around, whichever, but love first of all. I've talked to people about what happens in my situation and in a lot of other situations, and they go, oh, dear, oh dear, we couldn't do that, we'd end up killing each other and things like that. And you think, wow, how sad is that? It can get to the point where you're really nearly, your head's going swimming because of the pressures of everything coming at you. Joan, sometimes when I've given her breakfast in bed and she's sitting there up and then she finishes her breakfast and she goes, oh, she says, you're my Mr. Wonderful.
No. How has Carers Bucks supported or helped you as a carer?
Well, initially a £300 bursary was set up to allow me to have carers come in to sit with Joan while I had some time for myself. That was absolutely brilliant, with most brilliant people that came in to sit with Joan. I used to sing in a band, and we got some friends together and we would just on a Monday night go and do some jamming. That was one of the things. The other thing was setting up this ice, is it called ice?
In case of emergency.
That's it, yeah. With things in the house and on my person, whereby if something happened to me, people could contact family to let them know what was happening, and which was one of the things was a card in my wallet, in a package of information in which we keep in the fridge, and by the phone and on the fridge door to contact people in case of an emergency. Would never have thought of that. That was brilliant. So Bucks Carers have really, in my opinion, been superb. Yeah, so we had Brian Sanderson came out to help me fill some forms in regarding attendance allowance to go for the higher rate, which we thought and was told at that time that maybe we could get. But in conversation with Brian, we decided to leave it until a later date. If we failed on that, it may affect the other one.
What do you think of the services provided by Carers Bucks?
The way that we have been helped by Bucks Carers has been brilliant. We feel really comfortable in the knowledge that if we need any further help, apart from what we're already getting, we've only got to mention it and you'll come up with a reason and and for somebody to be there to help us, which is a great comfort, a really great comfort. And based on past experiences for what you have done for us and helped us throughout the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, is wonderful for you to be here. So thank you very much.